There are so many different kinds of power stations on the market now, and not only do you have to choose what brand you're going to go with, but you have to figure out what size of power station you're going to need. We've got a 1,000-watt power station, 2,000 watt. You can also build your own power station. We're going to talk a little bit about this, but our focus today is figuring out the size, the capacity, what your usage needs are. Are you using a CPAP machine? Are you going camping with it? Are you planning to use this as a backup for your home in case of a power outage? Or maybe you're like me and you've got an off-grid cabin and you just want to have some comfort and some security knowing that you're not going to run out of power. Our focus today is on the DJI Power 1000 and the Power 2000. They're sponsoring this video. Thank you so much, DJI, for doing this. We're going to talk a little bit about their 500-watt generator as well. But really, I want to go through and talk about power consumption needs. I'm going to take you through all the things that I tend to power on a regular weekend up here, which is probably going to be similar to what you'll need in a power outage if that's what you're trying to get through. Really excited to share these products with you. I'm a big fan of DJI. Let's take these inside for a real-world test, and I'm going to show you what you can and can't do with these. So in the 1000 watt version, you've got your fast charging ports here. This is where you would plug your accessories in, something like a 12-volt adapter. Just plug in right here. Bob's your uncle. This is for your charging cable here, so you can use a generator or just your regular AC household power. You can choose between 600 watts and 1200 watts input for charging. You've got your USB ports here and 2 AC outlets. If you want to expand this using DJI's expansion batteries, you would do that using these ports right here. Super light. Nice little unit. The 2000 watt version has a few more options here. You've got 3 AC outlets. You've also got your RV plug, but just keep in mind that most RVs require 30 amps. This is not quite 30 amps, but still comes in handy if needed. Has a decent display, just like its little brother, nice and easy to read. All of your USB ports here are fast charging, and like its little brother, you've got your 2 fast charging SDC outlets. And once again, if you're using the DJI expansion batteries, this is how you would hook them up right here. Fully expandable. So which one should you pick? I think there's 3 different scenarios here, which each of the classes of power stations. A 500 watt power station is great for recreational use. If you're going camping for a night and all you need to do is maybe power up your laptop, recharge a couple of phones, listen to a Bluetooth speaker for a little while, that's going to be fine. Throw a CPAP machine in the mix and you might be at that ceiling of what that 500 watt power station can do for you. But great for day trips, for maybe bringing it down to the bonfire when I have some friends over, maybe a cooler for the beer, that type of thing. If you're going camping, doing van life, or spending a couple of nights up at your cabin, you probably want to bump up to a 1000 watt power station. That gives you a little bit of extra headroom for making some coffee, maybe running the microwave, watching a movie on your laptop, and it'll give you a couple of nights with a CPAP machine. It can also power a small fridge, but again, you're going to reach that ceiling pretty quickly if you're pushing this too hard. So for a couple of days of power, or maybe getting through a power outage at home and you're just trying to power those essentials, a 1000 watt power station is that nice middle ground, still portable, so you can, pick it up pretty easily and move it around. That might be a good choice for you. I've been using a 2000 watt power station up here, and this is the sweet spot for me. On average, up here at the cabin, I'm running about 1000 watts a day. Now, I'm pretty frugal with my power, but I do have some luxuries that I use, from the lights, the laptop, all of my video gear, maybe cooking up some popcorn in the kettle pot, and relaxing with a movie on the movie projector. Your biggest power draws are going to be your appliances. So, number 1, your fridge. Get yourself a 12-volt fridge or the most energy-efficient fridge possible, and that is going to be your biggest saver in power. Things like portable heaters, air conditioners, you see one over my shoulder there. This will run it, but not for very long. Another essential for me is a CPAP machine. If I use my 12-volt adapter with the CPAP machine, once again, I'm saving power. And with a 2000 watt power station, I can extend the number of days that I'm staying at the cabin here. Whatever power station you're using, if you want infinite unlimited power while using these, get yourself some good solar panels. Or if you're like me, I don't really depend on solar up here. I just sort of top things up with solar. I depend on my gas generator. In the old days, I would run my generator for a few hours, especially in the winter time. That thing would be running 7, 8, 9 hours a day. Having a power station now and the ability to charge it up in about an hour, that's amazing. That saves on gas, it saves on noise, air pollution, all of that stuff. So really, pairing a power station with a good quality generator, Bob's your uncle. We're talking about power stations. I have to mention the do-it-yourself route. I get called out on this a lot on the channel. Not me personally, but just people who say, why would you ever buy a power station when you can just get a 12-volt battery and an inverter and just do it yourself for half the price? Well, that's true, but not everybody is a do-it-yourselfer, and there is convenience in getting a power station. If you're interested in the do-it-yourself route, I've got a full video that explains how to build a very basic power station with a 12-volt battery and inverter for, less than you would pay for a power station. But there are a lot of differences, and you're really comparing apples to oranges. I've been up here for the last 48 hours using mostly the Power 2000. I can tell you that it works perfectly, does everything that it should. It is quiet as a mouse. One of the limitations with this, I find, is it only has 3 power outlets, but plug a power bar in and you can overcome that pretty quickly. Both of these power stations are very flexible in terms of how you can use their fast chargers here. They make a fast charger which hooks up to your alternator. It will charge your power stations up very, very quickly. They also make this 12-volt car adapter. Now keep in mind that this is only a 100 watt-hour charger, so it would take you 10 hours to recharge this if your Power 1000 is on empty. But very convenient if you're on a road trip, you're heading out to camp or your cabin, you can plug your cooler in, plug your power station in, and trickle charge it on your way up to camp. The thing that I like about DJI is that they're a top-tier brand. There's already a built-in trust for me. I've been using their products for years. Their cameras, their drones, their gimbals, both in my personal life and in my work life. They make awesome gear. So when they came out with these power stations, I was a little bit surprised because I thought, geez, what are they doing getting into the power station market? But it actually makes sense because they've been developing efficient battery power now for years. They have an extended warranty on it, and these things are built like tanks. They are both built to withstand shock, like shaking, so I can throw it in the back of my pickup truck, drive down a bumpy road, have an adventure, and not worry too much about these power stations. The 2000 watt version here apparently can withhold up to a ton of weight. So if you want to park your car on top of it, you can park your car on top of it. I don't recommend parking your car on top of it. It's obvious that these things are built tough. I like that. But I'm always curious as to what other people are using and really what made your decision too. How much power did you think you need? Was it enough after you bought it? These are the types of things that I think are really helpful for the channel and helpful for viewers who might be reading the comment section. Okay, it's chill time. I came up to the cabin to relax this weekend. I've got the security knowing that I've got enough power to do that for sure. Let's enjoy the weekend. Happy off-gridding. Leave a comment. I'd love that. Subscribe, like, share the video. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers.